Yeah, it's like
And
it's a
we
bad
are
start.
live.
Why?
Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
I forgot that I didn't eat anything, so my dinner is a pack of
Wow.
Pringles. So,
You know, I am gonna have a talk with you on break. Moving on.
no. You're muted anyway.
Oh yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah. Yes. Because
Mhm.
Tilt doesn't have her phone number.
Yeah, and I don't know where she lives. Obviously.
Ignored.
Uh huh.
So I
Hey,
can
look,
hear. I'm just running up and down
Do you
stairs. Road.
want the PlayStation with DAV to be ready?
No,
Do you
I
not
earned
want
that
the
shit. You
PlayStation to
can't
be
throw
ready?
that back on me. I earned
Well,
that
you better
fucking shit.
you better take good care of yourself till then. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm poor, so.
I-
Anyway,
then-
hi!
So am
How's
I.
everyone doing? Yeah, but I'm like really poor. Like really, really poor.
You test my patience.
Anyway, hi. How is everybody?
Hi, everyone.
Oh,
My
looking
laptop
forward to the
trap.
weekend.
Is dying.
Your
My week
laptop's
has been a
dying?
trash fire.
Which doesn't matter for this, but for watching the stream, I think my laptop is.
Rip.
Oh.
What'd you say, Raven? Oh,
No, he didn't say anything.
tech
He's
support.
doing the Angry Raven tech support over here.
I need to.
It's not critical.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Zora, I
No,
saw
it's
that you
plugged in,
made
you're
this.
fine.
You made the thread.
Oh, yeah, I did. I was like, what did I make this time?
Let's see.
Oh, that thing, yes. Okay. So as we're stalling for time, how's everyone?
We're fine.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you heard Raven. We're fine.
I said we're fine.
Tech support says it's all good. We're good.
Forgot to refresh my coffee because Tilt distracted me with dog pictures.
Haha. I regret nothing.
So, as you can see, Tam is not with us. She did have her second surgery. So there is a really good chance she'll be with us next time. The next episode. But that's okay, because I pre-prepped for this for when she died and came back. She needs a little bit of recovery time. So, yeah, it was all part of the plan. So yeah. So where we left off, you guys were able to finally pack up, get some last minute things done as you left for space and go through the relays as you guys charted a course to get to Beck, which is in the Terminus system, technically the Nemean Abyss, which resides in the Terminus system. Trying to stay away from Omega as much as possible, which is very easy to do considering Omega is much further away, so you guys are okay. Unless you guys want to visit Arleo. You guys have an opportunity. You guys did, we did leave off on the episode of you coming out of the relay, so entirely up to you if you guys want to have fun on Omega again. Breaking the two new people.
I think we're good. We're good.
I don't know how
Okay.
many
We got a
bottles.
lot of social
How many
content
bottles do we have?
recently. I crave blood.
Oh yeah, how many bottles does Vera have on her? That's a good question.
She has 2 bottles of Turian brandy still that she
Okay.
takes with her.
Which is the brand that she used to slaughter a Solarian, so yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. Yep, that's the one.
Perfect. But yeah, you guys were able to get some crafting done, or at least get some projects done, as you did have a short journey over there. Because I had to set it up ahead of time, or for next time, I should say. Jamar. I was about to say Raven. You're not Raven, you're Jamar. Jamar was able to finish up his project. A very fancy gun that was given to Vera. And there was very little details that was given about it, but I have it all sorted out now, so I would love to tell you its details. So it is you can name it whatever you want. I have it placeholder as Jamar's specialty rifle. As
Vera gets
mentioned
to
last
name
time.
it.
Exactly. It's more fun when you get to name it. We did reveal that its abilities were hip fire, two-handed, and double tap. I do have the details as far as its heat and everything like that, but just like a normal rifle, it does 2d8 piercing damage. And as an action, you can switch between it being short, medium, or long ranged, as it does have that versatility. But it has some fun little quirks about it. Specifically said by Jamar to the DM, the weapon fires by compressing energy with each level pull, then pulling the trigger, releasing said energy. Well, being a tech power user, an engineer of sorts, was able to infuse some of that tech energy directly into the weapon. As once per day, you can cycle all your weapon's heat into the barrel of the gun and activate the tech power energy drain. Energy drain is you make a ranged power attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d6 lightning damage, and you regain shield points equal to half the amount of lightning damage dealt. It also detonates any primed enemy.
Finally have something that detonates.
So I will drop that in there for you.
Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
As the weapons creator, I have one simple question.
Yes.
Does that overcharge shields?
Are you talking about for the energy drain?
Yes.
Technically,
Can
yes,
it
because it does lightning damage, so it actually...
No. Can it overfill Vera's shields?
You know what? It does, yes.
Nice.
Because that's fun. All right. Oh, my goodness. Shame on me. I don't have music playing.
How dare.
I know.
Unacceptable.
I'm I'm
There
not
we go.
I'm not even gonna admit that
You don't have
I don't even
Sirenscape
have
open.
I don't even have Sirenscape open. Look, I'm tired.
Preach. Oh,
Just need to
perfect.
drink more coffee.
I wish coffee worked.
It's not coffee weather yet.
Mm.
Iced
it
coffee
is.
weather.
Yeah, that's a morning drink.
That's an any time of day drink. How dare you, sir?
No, I can't drink iced coffee at night. It's just weird. So
Also, just because it's on my radar right now, Hun, why did you post a picture of your dog in my personal server's Mass Effect portion?
because
let
everyone's
you
got to see
figure that out.
dog.
I'll let you figure
Where-
that out.
Everyone has to see dogs, right?
I have a selfies one. You can just put, you're muted, so. Anyway, you're muted.
I might have hit Mass Effect when I was trying to put it in the Behold Roleplay one, and it probably just defaulted person
Ah.
server instead. There you go. Cleaned it up. Thank you for telling me. If you notice, I might have also put it in the Mass Effect Horizon thing, so it's probably I just typed Mass Effect and it probably default.
Okay. So. Yes, so at this point, you guys do come out of the final relay. Don't see anything immediate in your vicinity, but you do know you're kind of in somewhat of a lawless portion of space, as you still need to travel into the Nemean Abyss, which has its own cluster of planets. And you were all informed by Vera when she did all of her crazy, beautiful mind red string of all the possibilities of what's to happen, did mention that this, specifically the Nemean Abyss, is heavily populated by pirates. Whether you will face them or not, kind of depends on how they're feeling, but you do know to stay on guard for any possible attacks. So, the pilot, where would you like to go?
Just a question.
Uh-huh.
If I'm remembering correctly, and I'm probably not, wasn't it mentioned when we last left off, or when we signed off, like the last time we played, that we saw off in the distance like some sort of fight going on?
Oh, that's
like
right.
between
Yes.
a couple ships.
Yes, you do see a small handful of ships. It looks like it without knowing too much, you probably could sense it was maybe, it could be a turf war, it could be some sort of I was gonna say police. That's the best word that I can come up with right now with my brain. Like police versus
cops.
bad guys. It's like cops and robbers kind of situation. My brain's gonna be like that today. I do apologize. But yeah, it's you've got a little fight in the back there.
Roughly how many ships?
You know what? Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Can we use the ship scanners?
You know what? Yes.
Because I don't think Brockus can eyeball it. That looks like
You're just squinting.
yeah, a lot. Who's on radar?
Do ships have oh, that's a good question. Give me a sec, because I need to pull up. Thank you. You reminded me of something I did not put up. I need to look up what y'all's jobs are.
It's just going, oh, I have a job.
Let's see here. Is it this one? Here we go. Helm. Navigation. You can hack other ships. Nope, not that one. Oh, who is on SSC? Who's in charge of that?
Who was normally on SSC?
It might have been Tem. No?
Let me
Yeah, I was
check
gonna
here
say-
real quick.
I'm pretty sure it was Tem.
Was that Athelia?
Possibly, because it doesn't quite, because she was on communications, but there's no actual, oh, right there. Yeah, that was her.
Okay.
Sorry.
So
I'm
I think
dumb.
did we tell Riley and Omen where they were going?
You
Yes, I
did
was
discuss
with
it,
Omen.
yeah.
Enter
to
science
engineering.
division.
You technically gave them ship jobs, you did not give them ship operation jobs.
Gotcha.
You had put me on engines, if I remember correctly.
That's right. Yeah, we
Or
could.
generator or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, you were overlooking the engines while Mel was away.
So you are on drive. That is your
That
job,
makes
is
sense.
drive.
Yeah, drive. I think then we would have Riley, I believe, on SSC then.
Okay. Funny enough, I don't think. Oh no, when Dresscar left, I think you had Acilia take over for weapons.
Yeah,
That's
Acilia's on weapons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Acilia's on weapons unless Brockus is away from the helm, and then she shifts to pilot the ship.
Actually,
Correct.
you're absolutely correct. I have weapons.
Ah,
Oh, you have what? How are you not on EWS? EWS is hacking.
Because.
Oh my. What happened here?
I think it was
no,
because he
I
could
have
upgrade the weapons.
proficiency. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh. Huh.
On
Well-
SSC, what are the roles under what stat?
So, SSC stands for Sensors, Scanners, and Communications. So you basically have, again, sensors, scanners, and communication systems set up where sensors and scanners allow you to scan planets and satellites and like any sort of materials or anything, any objects nearby. While comms obviously give you communication rights to speak to other ships.
Oh,
Brockus is gonna look over his shoulder and he's like, "Hey Doc, you get an approximate scan of how many ships we're looking at ahead of us in that scuffle."
okay. So Riley will do so. So that would be, what do you want me to roll then, Zoro?
Let's see here.
I feel like Lieutenant O'Hara. I need to put my hand to my ear.
I realize you guys have not. You still have the basics. You still have scanning 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you have. Basic bitch scanner. So, with that in mind, God, there's like so many things to upgrade your ship with. My God. So for you, it is your intelligence or investigation roll.
Oh, investigation is nice.
With a +1 bonus.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna make a note for Brockus to start upgrading the ship when we're like in port and whatnot, since he doesn't go out and drink or party or anything.
Yeah, because like scanners, if you upgrade the scanner, you can have a +5 to scan rolls. You can have a +5 to weapon attacks, ranged attacks, restore the ship's shields, like lots of stuff.
Okay. So I will roll that d20 to see how effectively I can do this.
Yep. So you can do, so like I said, it's an intelligence or investigation roll, your roll, but get a +1 to the scan.
Okay, so that's going to be a +8 I'll have on that.
Mhm.
So that, oh Lord, that's a stick with a +8, so that's 9.
Oh, it's a nat 1. That's a
Yeah.
lovely way you put it, though. It's a stick.
Yeah.
Would better if it was double sticks, but yeah.
Really
You
crappy
feel-
start, but
You feel like the ship is too out of range for you to get a proper scan, as it's only really picking up 2 ships that are the closest to you. But you can clearly see visually that there are definitely a few more, but you feel like the ship's out of range.
Brackus, could we get in a little closer? I mean, I'm only picking up 2, but I can see that there's more than that.
You get any sort of reading on those 2 ships? Who they belong to? Any markings or anything? I don't want to be flying into like some sort of scuffle between the Blue Suns and some sort of other rival gang.
Okay, one moment. So that would be another investigation roll.
Yeah, I would say investigation or history.
Oh, do I get a +1 on the history?
No, not for this
Okay,
one.
it's still a pretty decent bonus. That is a good thing it's got a decent bonus on it. That's a 13.
A 13? Okay. You specifically would not recognize the symbols. You could definitely repeat the symbols out loud, but they don't seem to be official markings. They look like they're more either hand painted kind of crudely, or they kind of took like an emblem and spray painted it on. It doesn't look like it's official as far as like anything government based or whatnot. But you yourself don't necessarily recognize the symbols. You just know that it's not official. They're not part of any kind of official organization, if you will.
Brackus, I'm not recognizing them or correlating them with anything official, and to be honest, they look kind of painted on, sort of little, not professionally done, hand painted symbols, and I'll explain what I think they look like. Is that ringing any familiarity with you?
Zoro, can I roll a history check?
You definitely can, yeah. With you, roll yours with advantage. Because this makes sense for character as well.
So that is going to be a 18.
18? Okay, yeah. Being a bounty hunter, you may not know every crime syndicate in the galaxy, of course. There's too many of them. But some of them do ring a bell. As you do know these to be, one seems to be a pirate group, and the other one seems to be more of a gang than an official category of pirate. As you're starting to put two and two together to think this could potentially be a turf war or just bad beef.
Yep. Brackus just shakes his head and is like, nothing we need to get involved in. This is just two groups of scumbags fighting it out. Out of character wise, like, we are in the Hourglass Nebula right now, correct?
You are. You just came out of that, correct? Or that relay, yes.
And the Nemean Abyss, can we plot a course, or is it just a bunch of blind flying?
You can plot a course for it. However, once you enter it, it is a little bit of blind flying, but you can get to it.
So Brackus is just going to wheel the ship about and just make for the Abyss, trying not to like call any sort of attention to themselves, trying to do like a little bit of stealth flying so they don't, aggravate a swarm of two different groups of like hornets fighting each other right now.
Says the giant gunship.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and you know what? Give me a piloting roll.
You know what?
Vehicle handling. I mean,
did Mel and Mercy ever get to like painting faces and whatnot on the hull of the ship?
Oh God, that I don't remember. I know
because
they painted the
we
station
probably
wagon.
just yeah, because if so, then we look like a pirate ship right now. What did you want me to roll?
Ship handling.
Can I assist on this roll by attempting to plot a course based on active sensor data that we're getting?
You know what?
Navigation is my thing.
Yeah, you know what? Roll me a navigation real quick.
Uh, 21.
21? Okay, yeah, I'd say you could do that very quickly as you're trying to help assist Brackus on that. So yeah, Brackus, go ahead and roll that with advantage.
All right, so with advantage, that is going to be a 22.
22? Yeah, okay. Yep. So you start with Vera's help, plotting a course to kind of go around and try to stay out of their radar, as you are able to go several thousand feet, I guess. I'm trying to think ship form. A mile? I guess you can go miles with people still seeing you. And so far, what you can see is no one's turned their attention to you. You don't see any other ships approaching you, as you feel pretty confident that you can kind of skirt by them.
Okay. And Brock is just gonna do that, just like keeping a low profile until he's sure that like their ship won't pop up on anyone's scanners, or nobody's gonna see the giant gunship flying out the distance.
Okay. Out of curiosity, what are the other three doing while this is all happening? For the sake of this, as I did mention, because I knew this was happening very soon, as I did mention before, Athelia still very much has some recovery to do, and she was passed out, kind of in and out of consciousness, because again, the syringes and pills and whatnot for the pain, and just to help with the recovery, as she's still comfortable in her room. So she technically still has a way to communicate with you guys if need be, but yeah, she's for this part of the journey, she's definitely passed out thanks to the meds that she was given. So she's safely sleeping in her room. So yeah, what are the other three doing while this is happening?
Well, I don't need to do anything unless I actively have to blow something up, so.
Okay. Well, I'm just curious if you guys were doing anything else in particular. Just wanted to give you guys a chance to chime in if you wanted to.
Okay, since Brackus had asked Riley to do scanning and ascertain how many ships there are, she will persist with that. She will just keep trying to do that. and get a handle on everything that's there, and if there's identifying marks on it, and that would be what she
Okay.
like.
Perfect.
Until she's told not to do that, that's what she would do.
Okay. Yeah. What about Omen?
Yeah, Omen at this point, if we're flying and we're not being told otherwise, stick to his post, so you'd probably see him at this point mostly manning the engines and the generator output, and just making sure that all that is staying as stable as possible right now.
Okay. I was gonna have you make a roll, but no, you guys got your ship updated, I think, when you guys first landed, so you guys are actually good. You guys already got the maintenance done on the ship. So, yeah, so as far as you can tell, everything seems to be in tip-top shape. You do very clearly see, just like in all the other rooms, there is a comm that is like right next to you, so you barely have to move if you ever need to communicate with the front of the ship or anyone else, at least. You also see, actually, no, you would see this. It's not like it's hidden. You do see throughout this room, there is a lot of paintings. There's just like a lot of artwork in here, and you do see a hammock in a little corner, which looks like a little makeshift room. Think of like Kaylee in Firefly, where it looks very, very decorated and kind of out of place for a room such as this. Okay then. Yeah, you are able to get in at this point, as you do make it pretty smooth sailing thanks to those rolls and your help. You do enter the Nemean Abyss. However, you do notice, Vera, since you are on navigation, the navigation is technically working, but you do notice that it's not working 100%. It's almost like the scanners are slightly being conflicted. You don't know if it has to do with some sort of energy in the area, or maybe something is electronically trying to confuse people who come in here. It's hard to say, but you're still able to navigate to a certain extent through here. So I would say anything going forward would give you a disadvantage as you're trying to navigate through this portion, at least.
Okay. Yeah, and Vera would stay on navigation, sending that telemetry data to Brackus for as long as Brackus thinks it's useful. Once it feels like it stops being useful, then she'll go find something else to do. But for now, she will stay in that position.
Okay.
Now, as Riley was monitoring all these ships as we were going sort of through, past, around, what she would be particularly looking for was anything that she could recognize or identify as having some kind of official symbol or something that would be information that she could pass along to Brackus. So does she see anything like that?
I'm sorry, you're looking for what specifically?
Okay, so she would be looking to see if in amongst all the what she thinks of as pirate ships, if there's anything that is a non-pirate ship that seems to be more official.
I mean, when you were skirting about that little mini battle that was happening, I would say that you're too far away for you to see anything specific. In this general area where you are right now, you don't see anything that kind of sticks out, whether it is official or not at this moment.
Okay, so once we're past the ships, I think she would then start really kind of turning her attention to listening to see if there's any kind of communications or anything going on that she can pick up on.
Yeah, so you want to do another scan?
Sure. Like, you know, maybe ship-to-ship communications or something like that?
Yeah, I would say... No, because this is just a scan. Yeah, this would just be a normal roll. So, yeah, go ahead and give me the intelligence or investigation with a +1.
Okay. Woo, 26.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Damn.
Okay, one extreme to the other, you know.
Yeah, yin and yang. Okay, yeah. So I would say that you are picking up a few blips. Thanks to, despite being an older model ship, it's got a lot of advancements on it. Being a Krogan warship, of course, you are able to pick up a couple of ships that, as soon as you ping them, you get like a weird, almost like a vibration picture that kind of vibrates on the blip, and it lets you know that they were hidden and you were able to just find them. They're not near you, but you are now aware of them.
So these would be ships with cloaking or equivalent to cloaking devices?
Either cloaking, or they have done something to their system to where they cannot be scanned.
Okay, so
one or the other.
Okay. In the Mass Effect world, is there a term that is used for that kind of concealment, particularly, or no?
I'm trying to think of the actual term. If it's not cloaking, it's more of just electronically shielding themselves. It's kind of like if you wanted to know they were there without a cloaking device, you would have to kind of like hack their system to kind of break through that. Because if you were just trying to communicate or find them directly, you would not be able to. It's almost like you got to hack into their system to do it.
Okay, so I will pass along to Brackus. So Brackus, I have detected 2 ships that seem to be using some sort of electronic shielding in amongst the others. I haven't detected any ships that seem to have official logos or anything on them in the ships we passed.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find any official marked ships. Those seem to be just pirates. So with just a bunch of hand painted stuff.
Yeah, unless something had been captured, you know, depending on
the shielding. That's a bit more concerning, but out in here, you know, we leave them alone. They leave us alone. They can do whatever the hell they want. Last thing any of us need to do is going up against a pirate flotilla with one ship.
So is there anything particular you'd like me to monitor as we move forward?
Just make sure nobody's near us and we're not being followed.
All right.
And Brackus is just going to continue, like, piloting the ship towards the Nemean Abyss.
Okay. Riley. Like, looking at your names, and I'm like, God damn it, character. Riley, you do
That
notice.
was my nickname.
Yeah. She just goes up, hi, I'm Riley, but you can call me Siva. You do notice that every so often, those two blips on your scanner, as you are moving about, tend to move just a little bit closer to you guys. But you can see on the radar that they are still very much out of reach and distancing themselves from you, but they are kind of following your path every so often.
Okay. Brackus, those two ships I mentioned, they are out of range, but I do think that they may be following us in some way because they seem to be on the same course that we are on. And
Wonderful.
I wonder if that's coincidental.
They're probably keeping an eye on us, making sure that, you know, we're not gonna try to jump in and interfere in their business, or they're keeping an eye on us to make sure where we're going to jump on us later. So business as usual. We're just gonna keep going into the abyss. Keep an eye on that radar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Vera, you do know that when you were mapping things out, as you did all those crazy scans and whatnot and research before you guys went in, or well before, days before actually. You do know that after you would have left the relay, if there was no trouble, you could get to Beck in about 5-6 hours, almost half a day, just under half a day. To get to the location. So you know that you do have a little bit of time to kill. With that knowledge, what would you guys like to do?
Well, Vera, being Vera, is staying at her post for as long as her shift is, or as long as Brockus thinks that the assistance from navigation will still be useful. While she's here, though, she is also creating up-to-date maps of this area that she can then send back to the Citadel, so that they have the most up-to-date maps of the area as well.
Oh, perfect. Okay. You know what? Go ahead and give me a navigation roll. Just a straight navigation roll.
That is a very good roll. That's going to be a 28.
Okay, yeah, probably because of your militant training, you are very accurate, as you are both kind of multitasking, making sure that nothing sneaks up on you, while making sure you guide the ship, as well as recording and documenting things for the Citadel and whatnot of this area. So you are the ultimate multitasker at the moment. What are you having Acelia do right now, actually?
Did she have a posting? I know we were talking about that a minute ago, but I was putting my new fancy weapon onto my character sheet, so I was kind of
fair.
checked out.
Yeah, no, actually, you know what? I'm curious because things did get jumbled a little bit, so just to kind of have it up and ready right now, there are technically 6 jobs, and obviously there are 6 of you, so, granted, you don't have to have a person in each of these, but we have the 2 obvious ones. We have the helm, which is Brockus. We have navigation, which is Vera, and then we have weapons, EWS, SSC, and drive for those roles. I do know that for a fact, because of communications, that we have Athelia on SSC. Officially, anyway. I'm going off of what we officially have recorded before. Drive is now taken over by Omen. And then Jamar, by crazy surprise, is weapons. Leaving pretty much just EWS open for hacking.
Yeah, I don't think Acelia would be a good fit for that because she doesn't really have any skills in that department.
Mhm.
Unless that's something that she wants to learn. That's up to her.
That's yeah, sure.
Would she be better on drive?
She is proficient in. Well, no, I don't think vehicle handling would help there.
I was like, you built her.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of a blank slate.
Mm.
So she doesn't have skills in any one thing in particular, but she's got the stats to be able to learn to do something. So
Gotcha.
if there's something that we want to slot her into, she could certainly learn it over time.
Okay, well, I can do either the hacking or the engineering, so just let me know what you'd rather do, and I'll take care of the leftovers.
I mean, again, technically you can assign two. Just know some of them may not work with others. For instance, weapons is an entirely different area than when you would do hacking.
Of course.
So Jamar technically can do it, but he'd have to, like, run to the next area to do it. and then go back to weapons. So it is possible. It's just someone's going to be running a marathon depending on what the two jobs are.
I think EWS would be best left in the hands of someone with a higher intelligence than Acelia.
Wow, you calling her
Not-
dumb?
Not that you're dumb, Acelia, but your intelligence is 12. So
She does look over and she was just like, well, I am yours to command as you are lieutenant, so I suppose that I free up my time and intelligence relying solely on you as I have nothing but blind faith in you. It is a positive thing when I say that.
it's a very Turian thing when you say that.
She nods as she's like, I can be fit for any position you want me to be in. Some I may have strengths in, others I can certainly adjust to and train to be better to benefit the team.
Well, since Athelia is on bed rest at the moment, why don't you take her position in SSC? We'll see how you perform with that.
Very well. I will do my very best not to let you all down.
You haven't yet, Acelia.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. Not like some stupid bot we know that's hovering around, taking up space.
I felt attacked until you
Damn.
said hovering around. Like
Wow.
some stupid bot me click clack hovering around. Oh, put the gun down.
Look, I'm on Team
So-
Wheelie. I don't care what anyone says.
So
Look,
what are the actual roles then for like hacking?
Hacking is EWS, which stands for Electronic Warfare Suite. It basically allows you to protect your own vehicle from people hacking in, as well as you attempting to hack other ships. Basically giving you the ability to take over their controls as well as sabotage. But you also are in charge of protecting yourself from people doing the exact same thing to you.
so
But what skill set? Like where would the proficiencies?
So the hacking, so it's not really, the proficiencies themselves are not really on there. It kind of goes with your actual character proficiency. So for example, navigation is an actual skill that you would use. Helm would be vehicle driving. Weapons would obviously be more of like your dex or strength. Electronics would be intelligence, because that is what hacking and engineering is based off of. And then the sensors and scanners are both intelligence and charisma, depending on which part of the system you are using. Drive is going to be engineering and intelligence. And I think that's everything. Yes.
Okay, yeah. Riley is not even remotely at this point with what she's chosen for her proficiencies any kind of a fit to do that.
So, I was gonna say, considering you want Omen to be the security officer on the ship, wouldn't he have some form of remote access to the EWS?
Not necessarily.
Hmm.
Like EWS would be accessed from the bridge only.
Okay. Well, in that case, y'all can decide whether you want me on the engine EWS, but they're both things that I'm proficient with.
I think it would probably be best to have Omen on EWS and then have Acelia on drive.
You're the captain.
Yep, that can work.
His unit will comply.
I'm actually curious, who is keeping track of this? I always thought it was Brockus, but I could be wrong.
I did not have any of it written down until just now. I've got it all in my notes now.
I just expect people to know their jobs.
Well, you assumed wrong, sir. Okay. Not that we didn't have to necessarily flesh that out now, but I was genuinely curious, so, you know, when stuff ensues, at least we're on top of it, so it kind of helps a little bit.
Okay.
So does Riley just stay on SSC then for now?
Yeah.
I could have sworn that I had all this written down, but I couldn't find any of it in my notes, except I just discovered I had a completely separate document for the ship's information.
Oh!
It's
look
probably
at
all
you.
recorded in there, isn't it?
There you
It
go.
sure is. It's all there. The ship's HP is there. The ship's weapons are listed in there. All of it is there.
Nice.
Yep, I have the ship's HP and shields on here since I'm flying.
I even have our cargo capacity listed here. This would have been great information to have several times.
Well, you had it.
Well, I had it, but didn't remember it.
Ask you made a good decision.
Oh, hold on real quick. My dog is getting into trouble. Hold on real quick.
Oh no. Hello, Evie. My cat's about to cause trouble.
We
It's
can
a
see
Siamese.
ears.
That's her default setting.
Yep. You see her ears poking out from the camera.
Mhm.
Okay. He was just hacking up along because he decided to eat too much plastic from his toy.
Ah, the microplastics.
Order,
In that
please,
case,
bro.
it's macro.
True.
Okay, perfect. All right, so. Everyone give me a... Actually, no, I don't think everyone would do this. Who's keeping an eye out? Just, like, actively keeping an eye out, whether it's on sensors, at the helm, just, like, anything.
Brockus would be since he's flying the ship.
Okay.
If, depending on whether you still have me on.
You cut out.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, depending on whether I've been. Still
Nope,
in
you're
it.
still cutting out.
You would be moved to the hacking station.
Okay, so yeah, if I'm at the hacking station, I'd definitely have Omen be monitoring any incoming or outgoing data.
Okay.
Now, would Omen be sort of working with Riley then, because she's kind of detected those ships, so she would be able to point out that that would be maybe an area that should have some focus?
Most probably.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I would say after probably a good couple of hours go by, Riley, you would notice those blips are getting much closer now. They're not on top of you by any means, but they are definitely closing the gap at a mild pace towards you guys.
A question for Omen, sort of out of character, in character.
Mhm.
I know that you work, like you interact with Brackus, but if Riley was to tell you something or ask you something, would you respond, or does she need to go through Brackus?
This unit is capable of answering.
Directly.
I don't know what's going on with your mic, but you are cutting out halfway through. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Let me try this. Is this better?
Is Discord picking up your webcam?
It should be. I mean, I'm seeing everything.
No, your webcam microphone.
No, like your web. Yeah, is it not picking up your actual one?
Oh, did it move? Let me check. Let me check if it switched it out.
I mean,
'Cause-
it's Discord.
Yeah, because I can tell you have a fan in the background, and it might be drowning out the fan.
Okay,
Fan's drowning it out.
if you're hearing the fan, it switched to the freaking cam because my actual microphone has. You should be hearing the fan. Let me switch it back.
Yeah, because you're cutting out quite frequently.
Okay, I just switched it out. How's this?
So far, good.
It sounds
Alright.
clearer.
All right. Yeah. Okay, let's try this then. Yes, this unit is capable of answering any direct queries.
Okay. Omen, I have been tracking 2 ships that have some sort of electronic shielding on them. They seem to be following our course. They now seem to actually be getting closer. Are you picking up anything? And can you please tell Brackus if you are?
I mean, if you say that, first of all, he will inform Brackus immediately that those ships are approaching and getting closer if you haven't already told Brackus yourself. And then probably ask Brackus for what course of action he wants with regards to these approaching ships.
How close are they?
DM?
Few clicks. I don't know space shit.
Distance in space.
I don't know. What
space
is
miles.
a
Well, I
click?
see they have KPCs as a unit on this
Distance.
map here, but I'm not sure what that stands for.
What is 1 click? A click is 1
Is a
kilometer, 0.6 miles by American standards. Okay, so I'm trying to think space shit. I don't know. I did this to myself.
Okay,
Several miles. Clicks,
question
several
was-
clicks.
Okay, so easier question wise. In how much time at their current speed would they close the gap on us?
Considering how they're going at a very mild speed at this moment, it probably, unless they increase their speed, they'd probably be on top of you guys within maybe half an hour.
Hmm.
All right. This unit estimates half an hour until contact.
And because they're shielded, we can't get a grasp of like what sort of firepower they're packing, huh?
Does the captain? Whoop. Yep. Go ahead.
That
DM,
was the
do I-
that was the question for the DM.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know
Is there
that.
a role one of us can do for that?
You
would
would
be
have
more
to
hacking
do.
than-
It would be either a hacking role, or electronics role, I should say, or another scan to see if you can find something. If you can get a higher roll to see what they have exactly.
Wow. Okay. Omen, I will try to scan and see if I can pick up anything, and then otherwise, I think we're going to rely on your skill set to see what you can do. So,
So yeah, you say that, he just nods.
okay, I absolutely can't beat that last roll. So that roll is only an 11. I
An
can't tell.
11? Yeah, no, you would not be able to tell, unfortunately.
Yeah. Omen, what can you?
Yes.
I have nothing here. What have you got?
I have gotten a 21 on the hacking.
What was your? Sorry, what was the hacking?
A 29. Sorry, 21. 21.
21. Do you have hacking tools?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause
I
I know we
am
had
I
this
supposed to
discussion
add?
last time.
Yeah. What am I supposed to add? Because I just did straight plus.
Question
9
on
in my
that:
head,
wouldn't the ship itself be the hacking tool?
If you are using the EWS.
which is what I'm doing, right?
The EWS, which I don't think... give me a second. Nope, that's for weapons.
So what am I supposed to add if I'm doing
I'm looking.
hacking tools? I know we had the talk, but my brain refuses to understand how to do it right for some reason.
Oh, shit. No, wait. No, never mind.
Hmm.
I thought I did something wrong, like an oopsie last time, but nope. It's, God, if you want to add a rec room, things are getting expensive.
Right?
Let's see here. Oh, VR training. Hey, look at that. I would say for this, because everything is tier 1, technically, because no one's done any ship upgrades.
Mhm.
Other than the
Not
paint
gonna
job.
lie, I didn't know we could.
Yeah.
I knew we could, but I also know they're expensive, and we don't have a whole lot of money after reviving our good Asari friend here. So
I mean, funny enough, it's not quite as expensive as you would think. Like, if you want the top tier targeting system, it's 150,000. It's not as expensive as you would think, actually. Where it starts getting really pricey is when you start doing your weapon upgrades and your restored power cell upgrades. Then that gets really pricey. You can also get yourself a ship AI for $1 million.
I guess the other hitch is actually finding a port where we can buy that stuff.
Yeah. Wait, what is this? Thanix cannon for 2 mil? Hold up. Recharge on a
Ooh.
4-6.
The Thanix is amazing.
Holy
Yes, it is a
shit.
great gun.
On average, 2,600 damage. It's 4d12 times
I'll take-
100 lightning damage. Lightning damage! Oh my god!
I'll take 10 of those, please.
It's
Holy
legitimately
shit!
the
That's
gun
bad.
that you used to blow up the collector's main cap ship in the second game. That is what the Thanix cannon is. It's the one you use to shoot down the freaking collector cap ship.
I'll take 2.
Screw 2. I want 10.
Load as many as we can on the ship. Let's go.
Like the entire
Jesus!
broadside of the ship is just those Thanix cannons.
Yeah,
Do you remember-
the
Why does this
Thanix-
remind me of a dreadnought?
The Thanix
thing
is
that
a spine-mounted gun,
It
though.
probably reminds you
Yeah.
of a dreadnought thing because it is literally the cannons that are on Turian dreadnoughts.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah. The best part is that it's lightning damage. Fuck your shields.
So what,
Nope.
so what we need to do is we just need to steal some from the Turians. Got it.
Oh.
Basically.
I might have some connections.
I like it.
How about Arleo? Just
No,
Hey!
he's not a connection.
If so, do we get a read on like any like weapon capabilities that these ships have?
The Vaxter,
Yeah,
thank you
this-
so much for that raid. Welcome.
Woo!
This
I'm
is where
so
I was
sorry.
asked.
I got distracted.
You're
What was the question?
Well, first of all, with regards to the roll, if we are using the added bonus from the hacking tools, how much is that? Like, how does that work? Is it proficiency I'm supposed to add to my normal bonus, or?
Is it
So
a plus
for-
1?
It's your oh god, we had this conversation last time and
Yeah.
I never can remember it. When I'm not the
I hate
player,
it too.
I don't have this shit memorized.
Like, I have the same
Raven.
problem.
Raven knows this answer
Ow.
as I look it up. So using the hacking tools or any tools, there's bonus proficiencies on it.
So it's bonus proficiency I'm supposed to add
Yes.
to it. Okay, cool. So that is actually a 25 then, not a 21.
Jeepus criminy. Okay.
Using
Uh,
the EWS.
That's right, and you were trying to figure out what kind
Get
of
through
like,
their
weapons?
electronic shielding and see, and figure out what capabilities the ships tailing us have.
Ah, gotcha. Okay. Give me a second.
Okay, if we hit... Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So, yes, you do confirm that they are using a cloaking shield. However, this cloaking shield is just a little bit more on the advanced side, as they seem to be, it's an electronic cloaking shield. Granted, I know that sounds redundant because that's technically what it is, but what I mean by electronic is that it adds extra protection against people trying to hack in or mess with their system, to make it a bit harder. However, since you're not necessarily hacking into the system, you're more of doing a scan of what they have. You do know that they do have accelerator cannons, which most ships actually carry. You guys have one on yourself. They also are carrying heavy torpedoes.
We'll tell this to Brockus and say, you know, accelerator cannons, full complement of torpedoes, and advanced electronic cloaking devices. This unit's hypothesis: military-grade warship helping us.
Possible. Let's see what they do if we increase the speed. You two keep an eye on the radar and any sort of electronic signatures coming up. Jamar, get those weapons ready just in case. And what Brockus is going to do is he's going to try to do a little bit of fancy flying, trying to throw them off.
Okay, how are you going to do that exactly? Or what are you trying to do, I mean?
Question: does this ship have any sort of stealth field generator?
You know what? It's a Krogan ship. No.
Fair.
It literally looks like a battering ram, so I'm gonna say no. However, it is an upgrade option if you guys ever wanted to do that, but as of right now, no. I feel like that's logical to say. Krogan are not really the stealthy type, especially when this is a battleship. It's
that's fair.
It's meant to ram.
Broken stealth is when the enemy is dead and they don't know you were there.
So what,
It's basically running them over.
what Brockus is going to do then is he's just going to increase speed.
Okay.
Just to judge the reactions of the two ships to see if they
Okay.
start picking up speed too, and depending on how they react is how Brockus is going to react to it.
Okay. Just out of curiosity, how fast are you going? Are you going pretty fast, or are you just kind of just picking up a few knots of speed?
Just a few knots of speed at the to start off with,
Okay.
because I necessarily don't want to like agitate the wasps.
Right.
So
right.
it's gonna be just a subtle increase in speed.
Okay.
just to see gauge if they're gonna remain the same pace or if they're gonna pick up with us.
Okay. No rolls need to be made since obviously you're just flying straight. And you already
Yep.
have them on the radar, so don't have to do anything about that. You do notice, Riley, that they are picking up speed, but they don't do it right away. It's almost like you don't know if maybe they're just trying to figure out what's going on, or maybe they're communicating something. Hard to say, but there is a bit of a delay before they increase a bit of their speed as well.
Can I detect if the two ships are communicating with each other?
That would be that's an EWS roll. Omen, you're on
Okay.
that right now, correct?
Yes, I'm on the electronic warfare suit right now.
Okay.
All right.
So that would be an EWS
Okay,
if
so
you wanted to communicate that to him.
yeah, Omen, the ships look like they're picking up speed too. Do you want to see if they're communicating with each other? They seem to be like working together.
Okay. He will nod. You'll see his, unique eye, his only eye, well, electronic eye, whatever you want to call it, blink a few times, almost like the amber light we use on the computer when the hard drive is trying to load. And yeah, he's. I guess we'll try to hack on in.
Okay.
Use that EWS and see what we can do.
So since you're trying to hack their communications because of the oh my god, I just had the word. I told you this would happen to me tonight. I apologize, guys. Because of the sophistication, that's the word, of this electronic cloaking device, you will need to roll with disadvantage.
Okay, let me roll another
Since you
time
are now
then.
trying to hack into their system.
Okay. And that is, let me get the dice, the calculator. Okay, that's going to be a 28.
A 20?
28.
Oh, 28. Oh, Jesus Christ. That's with disadvantage?
Yep.
God, it's like asking Jamar
I
to
have
do
a-
that with disadvantage, and he's like,
Well,
oh, I
I-
rolled
I
low,
have-
35.
I have a plus 13. I rolled low, but, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's why you're doing that and I'm doing this.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. Yeah, okay. No, don't be sorry. That's just ridiculous how crazy that is. I'm in awe. Yeah, I would say that you can't really hear what they're saying as far as like their actual communications. However, you do know that there is a wavelength going between the two ships.
And so, yeah, we'll verbalize that and say, you know, the two ships appear to be in contact. Or communicating.
Can we get any? Is there any way we can get some sort of possible signature from those ships to like identify? Trying to see how I can put this. Because if it's more of like an official military ship, they're going to have a different like spectrum band that they use to communicate with one another than if it was just some sort of like ragtag, you know, pirate ship. Would we be able to identify any sort of like official like bandwidth or frequency or anything that these ships are using to communicate with each other?
I'll say with that 28 that he had that you know it is sophisticated and it is military. However, you do know with that electronic signature, and by you I mean what Omen has picked up, that it is not a military ship by any means. How they got that, you're not sure, but it is not official. Or the electronics does not match the rest of it.
Vera,
Yes.
I don't want to hear any sort of it's classified or anything like this with this question. Turians, you're military. Do you do little watch parties here with keep an eye on how the pirates are fighting one another or what they're up to? Unofficial military ships, but still with military tech.
We don't usually venture this far into the terminus systems, but on occasion we will send some scout ships in just to track movement. Usually we stick to the borders of the Attican Traverse and the terminus systems, but we have been known to venture in.
Doc,
Yes.
I want you to send a message out to them. Just 2 words.
Okay.
Back off.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Okay.
I mean,
I got-
F you is
I
also
got-
acceptable.
I got one of the words right.
Alrighty. So,
F off, right.
just back off. Okay. All right. So, Riley will try to send that signal.
Okay, go ahead and give me that same... Because again, you're doing this electronically. I will allow you to either do a persuasion or intelligence roll to send out that message.
Straight intelligence.
Intelligence or what is it? Not investigation. Because this is communications now. Give me a second. It's been
Yeah,
forever
persuasion's
since
a
I
little out
worked
of the
on
realm
it.
of my communications. portfolio.
Yeah, well, that's more just like if you want to, since you're doing direct communication with them. That's why I wanted to give you that option if you wanted to do that. Otherwise, this would be an electronic communication. I would allow either straight intelligence or I'll go electronics.
Okay, those both have the same modifier on them. They're
Okay.
not something I'm proficient in, but you know, I guess maybe I can learn someday. But new at the job. Okay.
It's all good. This is why, like, that's why a lot of times, like, I don't have, unless you guys want to do something specific, I don't have a lot of, like, when it takes 5 days for you guys to get somewhere. It's like, all right, quick downtime. What do you guys want to do to, like, quick pop into that if you want to do anything?
Exactly.
Hey,
So, yeah.
I got lucky. That was a dirty 20.
Oh, nice. Okay. You do see that they received the message. And after several more moments, you do notice that they almost go wide, almost like they're trying to encircle you guys for just a moment. Of course, they're still behind you, but you do notice that one goes a little bit more to the left, rounded around, and then rounding to the right, before you notice that they just move away and are out of your radar now. And you no longer see them on your device.
Okay.
I think with that, Brockus is going to double time it to the destination.
Okay. Go ahead and yeah, you know what? Go ahead and give me a not navigation. You're not the navigator. Go ahead and give me a vehicle handling and a percentile, please.
Would it be Starship Helm though?
Or sharp. Yeah, sorry. I'm going off of D&D. Sorry.
Well, no, because I have
Should be
vehicle
Helm.
land, I have vehicle space, vehicle land, and Starship Helm.
Sorry, I
As
meant
my-
helm.
as my
Yeah,
skills.
it would
Okay.
be helm. Yeah, that. Yeah.
So
sorry.
the helm roll, and what?
And percentiles.
And percentiles. Am I basic roll?
Yes.
No advantage. Okay.
No. Since you are trying to hurry up.
All right. So that is going to be a 15 on the piloting,
Okay.
and then a 56 on the percentiles.
Okay. You pick up the pace and make your way towards Beck, which, again, you are able to have that charted course despite the electronics interference because of the very efficient prep Vera gave you ahead of time. You do see every so often a ship here, a ship there in the distance. One gets a little too curious before they seem to kind of move away. You get the sense that maybe small ship versus big ship,
Mm-hmm.
don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So they're just like, nope, just kind of veered off once they got close enough. But no one else seems to bother you, as you do eventually see Beck in your line of sight. And when you get to this planet, it looks very interesting from the distance. It almost kind of worries you as you see what looks like a very dark moon. It's almost a charcoal gray with certain spots that are already on the planet side as well as new ones visions of light that seem to spread, almost like the planet itself is cracking. But it's just these red veins just kind of spreading over different parts of the planet, specifically on one side more than the other, as you don't know if these are natural phenomenons, if there's some sort of war going on, maybe these are some crazy storms or something going on, but it looks very bad from your point of view. But you do also remember that you were told that it is a inhabitable planet, mostly pirates, of course. So you know that the planet is not on the verge of destruction or anything, but it just does not look like a happy planet. As I will actually show you guys real quick.
So it's the planet itself with these red veins, not the moon. The moon is just kind of a gray color.
It just looks like a moon because you do see like the obvious like craters and whatnot in it. But it's not a moon, it's an actual planet. It just has those divots and whatnot in it. I will actually drop it in.
So it's a moon-like planet.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
As this is what it looks like, and then if those of you at home can see pretty quickly that this is what it looks like. Just looks like a very angry planet.
Brock is gonna look back to Riley and probably Omen as well. Let's get a full scan of the planet. I don't want to go down there and find out we're walking into more zombies or anything.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
I'm so sorry. I heard some angry crunching behind me. I look over and see my dog playing with his toy. The second he sees me noticing him, he just stops. Like mid-chew, just looking like he got caught doing something wrong.
Nothing.
And then as soon as I slowly spun back, I hear the crunching again. I'm like, what? You've never done that. It was too funny. Okay, so let's get another scan row, either intelligence or investigation with the +1.
Okay, we will be doing an investigation.
Okay.
That's gonna be a 14.
A 14? You do get a general scan of the planet. Nothing too detailed other than you do know that it's mostly rock for the most part. You do notice that because of the scan, the holes on the planet are both natural and not. They are very large in size. I would say that's probably all you could get from that roll.
Nothing to do with the veins themselves.
With a 13,
identify what's going on with those.
Unfortunately, no. Well, let's see here. The veins. Let's see here. You are getting a form of elemental energy from it.
So elemental energy from the veins.
Yeah, you don't have any details of what that is specifically, other than that it's not like nuclear or anything like that.
Okay,
Could
I
I
will
do-
pass all of that information along in a way that both Brockus and Omen can hear it.
Okay.
Could I parse that data with a science roll and see if I can figure out something more about those veins?
Are you doing like a specific scan yourself, or how are you trying to get more of this information?
I could scan myself, or just like I said, go see if I can make heads or tails.
Oh, you were
Right.
cutting in and out again.
Oh, sorry. I was saying I could parse the data, or again, just even parse the data she sent us and see if I could make heads or tails of the red veins.
You can go ahead and give me either a. Do you guys still have nature?
No,
Kind
it's
of
science.
Nature
I
was
think, in
replaced
this
with science.
system.
Okay, it is. Yeah, that's right. Science was replaced with nature. Yeah, because that's technically more of a nature role. So yeah, I would say either science or history.
All right, bet.
Oh god, did you just say bet like a freaking Gen Zer? How dare
Yes,
you?
yes,
Get
I did.
out
and
of here!
Yes, I did, and a net 20 for 29.
You know what? Just for that, you get nothing.
Ouch. Alright, I invalidated my own roll. I see how it
Anybody uses the term skibbity riz or anything like
No,
that,
no.
that is grounds for an instant TPK, and I will not push against it.
Thank you, Merchant.
Look. I draw the line at bet just because it means, for me, it's a short way of saying you betcha. But I will never use any of those other terms you have determined. If that happens, you have full permission to kill my character and me IRL.
Oh, I will.
Oh no.
I will.
No. Anybody uses that in my games, it's not just kill the character. I have to like glass the planet to make sure.
Yeah, make sure it never sees the light of day.
Oh, hey, look, you're in a
Exactly.
space game. I can glass the planet.
There you go.
I mean, to be fair,
Exterminators, let's go.
we've glassed the planet, haven't we?
This,
I mean, part
this
of
is
what,
now,
yeah.
this is now a 40k game. Exterminate us. Let's go burn the planet.
Sorry, that is Gen X. I'm sorry. I get it. It's stupid. Why is Z before X? It's dumb.
I don't know.
It is Gen X. Sorry, Gen Z's before that.
We're technically called millennial, and we're born over 11 years before.
I just have to say this real quick because I actually looked this up with my coworker the other day. I think it's bullshit that after 2025 we've moved on to technically the next generation. It's called the Alpha Gen. I'm like, there's nothing alpha about it. It hasn't even happened yet, and I'm calling it. There's nothing alpha about it.
Moving on. Like, you're not wrong, but moving on.
Anyway.
Tilt, you are cutting in and out again.
But that was a 29.
Yeah, bring the mic closer to you. That might be the problem.
Yeah, let me
Running
fix
around.
that. Let me fix that. How's that? Is this better?
Yes. But yes, getting back on track. Yes, that 20 ridiculous number, nat 20.
29.
You do know that, oh, actually, I'm gonna have to, give me a second. I'm actually gonna have to look up this thing, because I do not have it exactly.
Sorry for making the DM do homework.
No, I just, like, I should have known better with that kind of description. Why would you guys not look that up? Here we go. Okay, so, it's rare. I'll still give you a decent amount of information. Yeah, so, you notice that these strange storms kind of create their own on-planet supernovas, as it is actually solid matter and energy kind of swirling into, they're not even really storms, because storm is actually kinder, as it creates these giant rips and tears almost planet-side, which is ridiculous considering how it hasn't torn the planet itself apart. But again, you do see on the planet, very much like the picture that I showed you, it seems to be more on one side more than the other. As you know that these are, again, this is just solid matter and minerals that have been generated or somehow mixed naturally or unnaturally, you're not entirely sure, on this planet.
So this planet generates its own supernovas, you said?
It seems to be, yes.
Where the hell does she keep sending us?
Warning, this planet seems to be quite unstable.
That's not what the doc scan said.
Is there any signs of life coming from this planet? Because I personally can't see, like, fathom a planet that generates a supernova being able to sustain life.
You know what? Anyone who wants to, go ahead and give me a history check. Or straight up intelligence.
I'll give you a history check.
Only a 15.
Brock has got an 18.
Okay.
I only got an 11. I am rolling crap.
It's not a high DC.
Nat 20 for 23.
Oh, nice. Okay. Jamar, are you doing the roll as well?
You're muted, Jamar.
You're muted. Yeah, just in case.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Go ahead and give me that roll.
Sorry, a which roll?
A intelligence or history check.
Ew, history.
Yeah, but your intelligence is great.
Yes, not with that roll. That's an 8.
Okay, so basically everyone will remember this except Jamar. Jamar might be going into science mode trying to figure out what the fuck's happening. But everyone else does remember and recall that Arissa did tell you guys that there are quite a few places on the planet that are both colonies as well as pirate territories, as there are things planet-side living on there. Now, granted, she says they are very scarce, probably because of the planet itself, but there are a small handful of inhabitants on the planet. Big Weasel, thank you for that follow.
Did she happen to tell us if this was a place where we could land the Mimsy Prime, or if we'd have to take a shuttle down?
She didn't, but I'll give you that as a freebie, that there are places, as long as you cross your T's and dot your I's, you can land planetside. Probably
Given the fact,
not over by the storms.
yeah, given the fact that we're in the pirate fun zone
Yeah.
right now,
Yeah.
I don't want to leave the ship unattended or with a single person hovering around the planet, so I think it's probably a better idea to land it, because if anything gets too close, we've got pretty much anti-material guns on the ship, so if somebody stays behind, or if we have Cecilia stay behind, she could just shred whoever gets too close. We'll just enact the Mercy protocol.
I feel like unless you guys upgrade to the ship AI system or have someone stay behind, that might be your only guarantee security system, because you guys don't have an actual security system otherwise.
No, we have a Celia to stay behind, and
we have 2 dogs.
and we have the two Varen. You know, if we tie a couple knives to the Varen.
We
Well,
don't
their
need to
teeth
do
aren't
that.
enough?
Their mouths are full of knives.
Thank you. I was gonna say
You
their
know-
mouths
you know
aren't
what?
enough.
We'll give them like auto targeting flak cannons, like as like a little harness. Make them little death Roombas.
Look, I'm shocked that like you haven't made any like harnesses, or like Jamar hasn't made any harnesses for them so they can go full like helicopter mode and like die from above or something. I don't know. It's just something ridiculous.
Look,
Jamar hasn't
the
had
universe
time.
does not need to give Varen flight.
Or have like the claw machine have Wheatley like stay behind and have the claw machine lift them up.
It's Wheatley. It'll be one of the like broken claw machines that just keeps dropping them.
No,
And-
Jamar says he
and-
can make other drones. I'm just saying.
Besides, I've seen in the games just how high Varen can jump.
Yeah,
They
they
don't
are
need
pretty
to be
damn
able
high.
to fly.
That is very true. 100%.
All right, so I think Brockus is like just going to issue the command to find a relatively safe place to land. Were we given any sort of possible location that we're supposed to be searching here, or is it
Yes.
just going to be okay? Yeah, so
yeah, she always has that information for you guys. She does say that she has the coordinates of the last known location where the hideout may be residing. However, when you, Vera, look at the coordinates, they are uncomfortably close to the Nova storms, we're just going to call them for now. Not in it, but it's pretty close.
all right, so relatively close at a safe distance, and then we take one of the station wagons out.
You call
is-
it a station wagon?
The station wagon.
He
Love
hasn't
it.
been
I
in the
fucking love it.
station wagon yet. Oh my god,
Oh, that's
neither has
right, he
Riley.
hasn't.
Riley and Owen haven't. Oh my god. Where's the shark picture? Where is it?
While we're tracking down the picture of our station wagon,
Yes.
how far is the closest quote unquote friendly colony to the coordinates?
You would have to do another scan because unfortunately with the scan that was done earlier was not quite high enough to pick up any blips. So you would have to do a scan because you visually cannot see anything.
No, that is not my department.
I would allow another scan if you want to do that. since
Okay,
you're
that
looking for
would be
something
Riley?
Specific. Yes.
Okay, so let me check and see what looks possible. That was my dice tower going over.
Do I not have a picture of the station wagon?
I just dropped it if you want to save it.
That's a 13.
Oh, another 13. Let me roll. This is kind of like me conflicting. Hold on. Let me do a roll.
I think I need to change dice.
I would say not until you get at least within the atmosphere. It's hard to find any scans from the distance that you're at. It could be potentially from the electronic interference that's still within this area. Maybe perhaps it's the Nova storms maybe causing it, but unless you get closer, it's still not picking up anything.
I'm not having very good success with this. Is it possible to get a little closer? There seems to be a lot of interference.
Yeah, Brockus is gonna fly them down
Okay.
because he even though there is civilization, he necessarily doesn't trust anyone here.
That's fair.
Because if you're parked out here on this sort of planet, you're probably crazy. So
It's fair.
he's gonna look for like a safe space to just put it down on the planet and not like allow civilization to touch the ship.
Okay.
I would like to caution you, Captain, against parking the ship outside of a designated colony. On a planet like this, you never know what's beneath the surface. And this ship is a
fuck.
heavy ship.
You wanted the shiny new toy?
I hate that you make sense.
It's my job, Captain.
Fuck it. All right, let's find some. He's just gonna like fly down into the atmosphere of the planet so Riley can get some sort of ping on a non-pirate civilization.
Okay, so
Okay.
shall I give it another go then?
Let's give it another go.
Okay, switching out dice,
That's might be
hoping
a good
for
idea.
better rolls.
Might be a good idea now.
Not much better, but that's with advantage again, right? Or that extra +1.
It's with the +1, correct?
Yeah, so that's 16.
16? Okay, that's much better. As you get closer, you are getting a couple of blips. Only a couple. Going towards somewhat the area where you need to go with the coordinates. One, however, looks much more promising than the other. This one, unfortunately, is much further... Actually, no. No, it would be reversed. I apologize. This one actually would be closer to the Nova Storms. As you do see that it doesn't even look like a colony per se, as it looks really small. But you do see what looks like a very tiny community that very much does not look like pirates from what you can scan. That seems to be a little bit more south and closer to the storms from your destination.
So, Captain, there's two possibilities here. The one that looks the more promising is to the south of us, quite small, but doesn't appear to be pirates. But a little closer to the storm, unfortunately.
Well, if they're settled there, then they should be safe from the storm. Again, unless they're insane, which, judging from this planet, they might be. And as he says that, he's gonna take the ship towards the less pirate-looking civilization.
Okay. All right. With the storms, there is a little bit of wind picking up. Nothing to really jostle you around, but would take a bit of concentration. If you can go ahead and just give me one more helm roll.
Yep. That is going to be a 23.
A 23? Okay, yeah. You are able to land close to this colony. As once you get closer, you do now realize that colony was too kind of a word, as this is more of just like a small handful of buildings. And those buildings, I mean, like, we've all seen them in the game. They almost look like they're just like shipping containers on stilts.
Yep.
As you just see like a small handful of that, you do see in the distance what looks like a giant ass drill with some like sturdy looking equipment that's kind of off on the way a bit. But yeah, it looks like that there just seems to be a very small handful of that stuff here the moment you land. You do see that there are a handful of people that are mostly near the drilling equipment and whatnot, but there are a small handful of them hanging out within this little area. As you do see, they seem to be mostly Krogan, Solarians, a couple other species you may not quite see, as you can see that they are all wearing either full helmets or face masks.
What are the radiation levels like on this planet?
You know what? That is actually something your Omni tool can pick up. When you do the scan, there is no radiation. The planet technically is breathable. However, because it's mostly rock, there's a lot of dust whirling in the air, especially so close to the storms. And the storms themselves kind of make the air a bit thin here. So again, it's breathable, but unless you want to get a lot of crap in your face or choke on some rocks, it'd probably be advisable to wear a mask for this. Which, of course, all of you do have helmets to wear, minus a Geth, because he doesn't need to breathe. And, yeah. So it would be wise to go out wearing some sort of face covering.
Oh yeah, Brockus is going out full battle regalia.
Okay. So as soon as everyone sees Brockus jump ship, what is everyone else doing?
Yeah. Load up
Okay, so
and
this is a jump ship poof, or is this a jump ship?
No, he's
using
just-
the
he's-
station wagon.
Wrong choice of words. He's probably, yeah, are you walking off or are you taking the ship? Or-
He's
space
landed
wagon.
the ship. He's landed the ship, and he like just gets up out of the seat and he's like, "All right, grab your shit. We're gonna have to probably talk to the locals, let them know what's going on, why we have this giant ass ship in their homes. You want to call it that?" And afterwards, well, we'll head on out. Celia,
Yes.
where is she? Standing orders: kill anyone who touches the ship.
Even if it's one of the civilians here.
I don't know. I don't think the ship's guns have less lethal capabilities.
So you want me to annihilate the colony itself?
No.
I
You
am
have to be
confused
very
then.
specific when speaking to a Turian.
Okay.
So
Let's put it this
you see
way.
her looking very confused, looking back and forth between both Vera
Let's-
and Brockus, like, I'm confused as to how much destruction you want me to rain here.
Let's put it this way. Anyone gets close to the ship, kindly threaten them with annihilation if they don't back away. If they continue forward, they've been warned, kill them. But not the entire colony. These look like scientists. I don't want to cause too much of a ruckus. Though if anybody tries to, get aboard the ship or starts trying to get close to us to touch it or anything, threaten them. If they keep
Very
walking
well.
forward, fire a warning shot at their feet. And if they keep going forward, they've been warned to kill them.
Understood. And you see that confusion completely gone as she completely comprehended what you said, thanks to the clarity.
Exactly what the gift that Raven put in there. Shoot them politely.
Just shoot him in the leg, see what happens, and then in the chest. Or the head, whatever.
Also, Fox, you kill me with the shoe comment. Actually dead from that shoe comment.
Okay. I just now noticed the time. I do apologize. We're going to go ahead and take a break before we continue
Okay.
forward. So everyone get up, stretch, refill your drinks. I know I'm thirsty for what's to come next. So yeah, don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back, guys.
you know, it's
And we
it's
are
interesting.
back. What's
Hello.
interesting?
Oh, we're discussing cats who think not about nothing but food, and even though they don't eat more than another cat, they look fatter. It's that kind
All
of a day.
right. All right.
All right.
That works. All right. Actually, I need different music for this. This is not proper music. I need, you know what? Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've used this music. Is this appropriate? Yeah, it works. It's ominous enough.
Oh,
Perfect. Okay. So yes, Brockus, you have landed planet side, and have disembarked. Did you say you were walking out, or were you taking the ship or the space
I
wagon?
was. Brock has told everyone to get ready, like gear up and everything, and we were going to head out and speak to the individuals at this camp before, just landing and then heading out, and leaving this mysterious ship, which somebody's gonna
Yeah.
go investigate and get shot. So, just land planet side and let him know what's going on.
Okay.
okay. Just a question, because I'm not sure it has come up for me as a player before here. So
Mhm.
I see that I actually have armor and a really nice helmet. Those like we would all just gear up in that outfit. There's no particular it would take us all about the same length of time to gear up and put everything together that we're taking out with us.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And unless you're actively not bringing a helmet, all even the stock armor has certain levels of how much heat, cold, all that kind of stuff you can handle. Actually, funny enough, the basic armor can handle quite a bit of the heat and cold, so you don't have to worry about that. It kind of stabilizes you. You still have access to your Omni tool. You breathe clean air, of course, through your helmet, and your helmets do have a small flashlight that kind of acts almost like low light vision when you go into darker areas. But yeah, it does have some functionality that you use when you go out.
Okay. And this was sort of something we worked out together, and you gave me a set of armor, so I would be able to read the details of that on the N7 site.
Yes, because I think I gave you something from there first.
Yeah, and I
see
also
here.
you gave me a helmet with with modification on it.
I did, because I wanted you to be up to par with some of the other peeps.
Okay, great.
Let me take a look here. Did I accidentally get rid of the Mass Effect site? I did. Okay, let me go
Okay,
back.
I can certainly look it up for myself, but as long as
Okay.
you are, as long as you would have access to know what I've got on, and I know what I've got on. It's all
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think I gave you the Liberator armor.
That's right, and a helmet with a zoom enhance on it.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's basically a bodysuit,
Okay.
which are always fun to wear in Mass Effect 1 because they look like you're just in scuba gear.
Scuba Steve.
Which always looked so funny to me. I'm like, why am I just in scuba gear? This isn't gonna stop bullets at all. But all the armor looks like this. Okay. But okay, yeah. So everyone else, I assume, gears up and follows suit. I do have to ask, Vera, are you wearing shoes?
I am wearing shoes because that is a part of my armor set. It's part of the Greaves.
Yep.
And this is the first outing where I have the full set finally, because I got the helmet when we were on the Citadel. Got that order in that I placed years and years ago.
You've been gone
so
for
I'm
a
in
while.
the full Terminus set now. So Vera is a walking hypocrite because the Terminus set, if I remember correctly from the games, is produced by the Batarians, and she despises the Batarians. But here she is wearing their armor.
Hey, look, you can despise somebody, but still, accept that they make good armor.
True. It's also armor that's favored among pirates, so like double hypocrite. But hey, welcome to being a Turian.
Right.
Oh god. I accidentally hit a button. I accidentally hit a button.
Apparently, we landed on a planet that has werewolf scientists.
All right.
I'm okay with that.
Acceptable.
They're feral scientists.
There we go.
Because
Good
we
times.
couldn't. Because the planets in Mass Effect aren't scary enough. We have to add fucking werewolves,
Base werewolves?
space
Okay.
werewolves.
Oh my god, that made me laugh. I accidentally hit something, and that's
And now
what
I'm
got.
picturing
Mhm.
Ep getting infected with lycanthropy and becoming a little corgi sized werewolf.
Oh god. I'm trying to find proper music, and I guess I did not prep for this particular this is the sad music. This is what I play when sad shit happens. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna fiddle with this. But yeah, anyway, nope, this is all, I don't have battle music either. What is... Nope,
It's all
I'll
spooky
figure
music.
it out. I'm trying to find spooky music, and clearly, I am failing horribly. You know what? Sure, maybe this will work. Yeah, no, that works. That's perfect. That's perfect. It's ominous, but not over the top. Yeah, we like that. Okay, perfect. I will have music ready next time, because where you guys are venturing to, I need better music. Okay, so yes. So the Sarlacc pit, yeah, no kidding. Okay, yes. So as you go outside, you said you parked pretty close to it, right? Like within walking distance, kind of close.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You already see at this point that there are a small handful of the members walking to you. You do see what look very clearly, the majority of them being Turians and Krogans. As the main Krogan that is looking at you guys is not even wearing a full face mask. He's just wearing just the one that's over his nose and mouth as he talks. As he looks over and he goes, "Where the hell did you find a ship like that?"
Wished for it.
You don't wish for something like that. Where did you find it?
No, I'm 100% honest here. I wished for it. I interacted with some weird object, and I made a wish and got this butte.
Very few Krogan even know what this is. How do you know what this ship is?
Because it's mine.
So you wished for a ship you don't even know, and it just fell out of the sky?
Well, it didn't fall out of the sky. It appeared.
To get your hands on a Rurlock Morgue, you lucky son of a bitch.
Did Brockus even know what it was called?
Nope.
I think he's gonna look at the ship. He's like, So that's what it's called.
You didn't even know its name.
Nope. I quite literally just wished for a Krogan ship, and well, I got a Krogan ship.
That you did. First, I was gonna have my men come out here and try to shoot you down, or at least threaten you with a ship like that, but seeing as your unique crew has come out, I assume you're not an actual warrior ship.
Marcus is gonna like narrow his eyes in his helmet, knowing exactly what this guy's trying to do.
And what is your name, friend?
That's quite a accusation to make, that we are not warriors. Though we are not here to cause war, if that is any concern of yours.
It is if you're here to cause war, or just shoot us down. We've already dealt with God knows how many of those goddamn pirates. What's just a few more?
We're not pirates. Do you think a pirate's gonna have something like this?
I've seen them steal some weird shit. Suppose it wouldn't surprise me, but something as unique as a Rurlock Morgue, they would have to go to the ends of the galaxy to find something like that, and they're too lazy to do such a task.
And in response to your question, the name's Cor Brockus.
Core, you say?
I do.
What brings you out here?
She's gonna like tap the Spectre pin on his armor. Official Spectre business.
Ah, fancy. Well, tell them our mining isn't done yet. We've only been here for a few weeks. If they're in that much of a hurry, they should go to some of the other planets for their resources that quickly.
We're not here for you. We just needed a place to touch down. We're looking for a lab.
Don't know where you would find one. There's nothing but...
And he's gonna point out in the direction of the storm where they detected where the lab was at. That way.
He looks over to some of his men and kind of like mumbles a few things to them before turning back and goes, never heard of a lab that's over there. Just, if you're not a miner, you're a pirate here. No scientisty types here. No need for it.
Well, then it looks like we're hunting pirates then.
Knock yourselves out. Will save us some time and energy. They just interfere in our excavations all the time, but if you want to knock yourself out, go for it.
He's gonna like look at the rest of the crew and look back to this guy. I didn't catch your name.
Right. Duxin Zergar.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Duxin Zergar. I will copy and paste it in the chat. Right there. Look, Krogan's got weird ass names, okay?
You said Druxin?
Duxin.
Duxin Zwiger.
Duxin. Wait, does he not have a clan?
It's a made-up clan.
Okay.
I'm
Would
not gonna
Brockus
lie.
know-
Half the time when I do introduce Krogans with names, half of them are from actual clans. The other half I just make shit up.
Would Brockus know anything about the Duxin clan?
Give me a history check.
That's gonna be an 11.
It's not a widely known clan, It seems to be not part of like the main branches, if you will, that have a lot of members of their clan. With that being said, you know that you don't necessarily have statuses in Krogan culture. However, if you were, you know that you have like your, patriarchy, you have your monarchy, you have your clan warriors that are not clan warriors, your leaders. You have your clan leaders, and you have your like official warriors, and then you kind of have like your workers and civilians.
Mhm.
Without knowing too much of the name, because again, it doesn't really sound that familiar, you think it may be one of the smaller clans that are maybe of like the worker civilians, maybe.
Okay. Brox is gonna give him a nod. This here's the crew.
Now, that, as he points up to the side of the ship, that was obviously added after the model. What does the M6 Prime stand for?
Well, M6 is us. We're the Mimsy 6, and that there's Mimsy Prime.
Mimsy. I don't judge a name.
My daughter named it.
You have children.
Yeah, I've had about 50 children.
You see his eyes go wide, completely confused, as he's like, I'm sorry, you must be joking. 50 is impossible, even in one lifetime.
It's not. My line of work, you come across a lot of strays.
Ah, now that makes more sense. Otherwise, I'd be worried you're hooking up with a lot of Asari folk.
As he laughs, it's like, okay, yeah, I can see where that came off as confusing. No, I'm not some miracle worker, and I'm not sleeping with every Asari that I meet.
He's like, holy fuck, man, tell me your secret. save our people.
Why are you out here adventuring?
Right?
How do you have time to be out here adventuring?
You son of a bitch, get to the women's.
I'm immune to the genophage, apparently.
That was your other wish. Oh my god, that could have been your other wish.
No, that would have broken canon. That would have broken canon. I wasn't going to do that.
I appreciate that. Funny enough, I would have only allowed you. It would not have cured the actual Genophase. You do see, like, him kind of smiling as you see, like, the whole, like, oh, okay, kind of realization over his face as he's like, ah, right, well, I don't know what you have with these dealings with the lab, but if you're here to just park the ship and move on, I mean, we're not gonna fuck around with it, but not to sound rude, we're not really gonna risk our necks to protect it either if it gets attacked. If they attack our colony, I will certainly defend it, but I'm not gonna defend a ship, though she is a beaut.
Oh, no worries. We have somebody on board who can defend the ship.
Ah, even better then. I know we just met, friend, but I don't suppose it's asking too much if we do get attacked. They'd be willing to help defend us, by chance, would they?
He gets on his Omni tool to Acelia. Hey, I got a new order.
Destroy them.
No. The opposite. If this colony gets attacked, you are to help defend it with the ship.
I don't think you know the meaning of opposite, as that is not quite the opposite, but understood.
He sits there and he like runs it through his head and he's like, no, that's protecting the colony is quite the opposite of destroying the colony.
I was thinking liberate, but understood, regardless.
So he kind of like looks like just slow head turn over to Vera. as like he ends the communication. We need to get her an upgrade or something. That took a turn even that I wouldn't take.
Oh, I think I can explain that. I've been teaching her Turian history.
All right. Maybe we should teach her other history as well, as to not use the rail cannon on everything that moves.
I mean, it hasn't failed us yet.
She's also been looking at movies and reading the synopsis and understanding
Yeah.
feelings.
Yep, and we have a lot of human movies on the ship because of
Yep.
Mel.
Mel's stash. She's got that large, like 16 terabyte on her laptop just ready to go.
Of all pirated movies.
Don't look at a file that says tax returns 2019. That's a different set of movies.
Objection, Your Honor.
or look at it. Don't be a
Or
coward.
look at it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do it or no balls, as they say, right?
Since of course you had to verbally tell her to do that, the Krogan does nod at you and he goes, "I do appreciate that. Thank you."
But there's one thing I don't like is damn pirates, and especially when they start messing with other people.
Yeah, you got that right. Thankfully, they don't bother us too terribly often, but when they do, they're just so damn annoying.
Like goddamn mosquitoes. No matter how many you kill, you just get more.
They like what we're mining for because they sell for a really high price, but they're spending so much energy trying to steal it, it'd be much cheaper and less stressful at this point if they just mined it for their damn selves.
Don't worry, the one on board is partially an expert in Turian warfare, so any pirates come along, they'll be paced.
Excellent. I like to hear that. How long do you think you're gonna stay parked here for, do you think?
Well, if it's too much of a trouble, I can move it, but we only need to be here as long as it takes us to find that lab and get the information that we need.
As you can see, it's not really taking up space and bothering us none. It's not in front of our mining equipment or where we need to mine, so there's no trouble at all. I was just curious how long. Didn't know if you're going to be staying a couple days, a couple weeks. Hell, if you're gone a couple months, I'm just going to assume you're dead at that point.
Hopefully not more than a couple days.
Our journey would be expedited if we had access to maps of the planet's surface, and beneath the planet's surface, if need be.
Well, there is a lot of caverns and mines beneath the surface, I can tell you that. I won't have anything of that sort, only certain spots of where we need to mine, where some of the minerals and materials we're trying to mine for, where they're at the most abundant, but other than that, I can really only tell you certain areas where there's other miners, somewhere our scouts may have found some pirates. As far as a full map, not the right people to ask, I'm afraid.
Forgive my ignorance, but what exactly are you mining here?
Well, Elemental Zero, of course.
And you don't have more protective gear?
We do. We just don't have it on all the time.
I see.
That's what they're out there doing. As he points, and you can see they're pretty far out there. They're nowhere near close to the colony, of course. But you do see people that are in very heavy armor, kind of head to toe. Some of them are even wearing I I don't even know how to describe it. The best way I can describe it is, you know, in the first Avatar movie, when the humans wear those weird, like, robot kind of transformer-looking things?
Mhm.
Maybe?
The
Anyone?
power armor.
Yeah, kind of like they're almost like an extension of themselves, sort of, but they're not full robot or anything like that. I will look up a picture because Fox looks confused.
I remember nothing. Like, there's nothing memorable about that movie to me. But I do know what you're talking about. I do have an idea of what these exosuits look
Yeah.
like.
It can.
I found it.
That like one of the final fights confused me when the guy in the power armor pulls out a giant combat knife. It's like you couldn't
Oh,
think of
yeah.
anything more sci-fi. You just pull a knife.
I dropped it in chat for you to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a little bit bigger than them. It's just basically just longer legs and arms, if you will. But are definitely built for more heavy lifting. As you see some people kind of wearing stuff like that as well, using the equipment and whatnot. See, we rotate in shifts, that way some of us are taking it easy, having breaks, don't want to be exposed to the minerals for too terribly long. And we just rotate on shifts. We're relaxing, they're mining. Simple as that. Oh yeah, Ripley's powered. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't think of that, but it's very similar. Yes. Yeah. I forgot about that one.
Was it, just to confirm, was it Elemental Zero that he said they were mining?
Element 0.
Element Zero. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Terminus systems are known for having a lot of EZO mining / exports, carrying a lot of EZO.
You know what, Riley? Go ahead and give me a science roll with advantage. Because of your profession, this totally works.
Yeah. My character knows way more about this than I do, obviously. Whoa, holy crap. Both of them were 19s.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, for a total of.
So, you know, I mean, if I can't roll my way out of a wet paper bag, and then I can. So, okay, so those are 19s with a plus 11.
Oh, Jesus.
So that would be
30?
That's only a 30. I rolled low.
Holy. God, these are Jamar level shit. Yeah, so Element 0, you've heard of it before because of you being in mines yourselves and going through dirt and whatnot. You do know that Element 0 is a very rare material that is used. In fact, it is material that has been used for the Mass Effect relays. It is also what is used to fuel ships. Very small amounts of it can fuel a ship for a very long time. It's used for a few other resources as well. However, those are kind of like the primary things, is to create those Mass Effect fields, because they do emit dark energy to create their own matter, I guess is one way to put it. Their own like currents and whatnot. So yeah, it is a rare element, a very rare element that only a small handful of places you can actually mine for an abundance of them, and they're usually in very dangerous places. Case in point, Beck. Like, well, good luck finding this lab, especially with the storms and whatnot, but the storms don't exactly move, so as long as you don't go towards it, they won't go towards you.
That's good to know.
As long as we don't go towards it, it will go towards us.
Yeah, we'll
Meaning
try
the storm
not to be...
doesn't move. So unless you're willingly going into the storm,
Okay,
unless
it's not
you're
going to go after
willingly,
you. Got it,
yeah,
got it. Okay,
unless
now I
you're
get it.
willingly
I got
going
you.
into the storm, that's the only way you're getting into the storm. It won't move like an actual storm.
Okay, it's static. Okay, yeah, my brain
Yeah.
didn't click on that. I
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
think,
almost 2 a.m. brain here.
I
Yeah.
thank you for the help. As soon as we're done, we'll be out of your hair.
No problem. We do appreciate the extra assistance. Otherwise, good luck.
This unit does not understand. Krogan do not have hair.
So he turns around and walk back up the ship, he kind of like pats Omen. It's a human phrase, big guy. It means
This unit.
it would mean stop being a burden.
Ah. This unit thus hopes never to be in anyone's hair.
Usually a good thing. All right, kids. On the car. So he walks back into the ship and he's gonna, given the state of the planet they're in, he's going to fire up the more sophisticated Mako and not the station wagon.
Okay, so the nice one.
Yeah, the nice one, because I don't think the wood paneling and roll-up windows are really gonna, protect much on this planet.
Am I hearing that Daddy's pulling out the sports car?
They're pretty much.
When we go back to get these, are they both in the cargo bay?
They are,
Okay.
yeah. They're side by side. They
would-
share the same cargo space.
Okay, would Riley have seen these before, or is this a novel thing for her?
Yes, actually, because that was actually one of the compartments you guys opened to board onto the ship when you guys left the last planet.
Okay, so if I would have made any comments about what the heck is that paint job or something, that would have been then, not now. Okay, good.
Yeah. Yeah, Makos are very popular, or at least some form of, like, different models, maybe, of it, as they are used when you did, like, your lab work and whatnot. So you know exactly what a Mako is. But yeah, seeing that kind of derpy, sharky-looking face on it, and then, like, the M6 on the side, yeah, it just looks derpy. It's the best way to describe
but
it.
but in a way, because it is essentially a common vehicle, if somebody has chosen to customize one, I mean, there would be nothing out of the ordinary about this, really.
No, but usually it's like, little paint jobs, or maybe an organization on the side of it, or some sort of company, not a derpy shark face with the M6 on the side.
You should
Yeah.
see all
That's
the glitter
definitely
on the
different.
roof.
Yeah.
Except, Riley has been through the whole Earth thing and everything, and I think, nothing would, somehow that wouldn't, I don't think, surprise her as much. If I think she's a bit of a history buff, so she probably even saw, like, some of the hippie vans from the 1970s and something in movies she watched. So I think she'd kind of get it. Because she would know it was decorated by somebody who was also from Earth.
Hence the wood paneling.
Look, that's a joke they came up with, and I rolled with it because it's too goddamn funny.
It's like you expect Mass Effect, you're rolling out in like this heavily armored, heavily weaponed APC. Nope, here come the fucking Griswolds.
Look, I even made a joke saying you roll down the window, and they were like, oh god, so we actually roll it down? I'm like, no, 90s term. And it just stuck. It's great.
And now it's the manually roll down windows.
You don't take that one, you take the other one. Still has the derpy shark face, but looks nicer and newer.
Yeah. It actually looks like, it could probably function as a military cruiser.
What has Jamar been doing this whole time? Jamar's been awfully quiet. What has he been up to?
Oh. Not a whole heck of a lot, honestly. I have no projects to work on. I've got nothing. I just get to exist for a little bit here.
Oh my
Because
god.
God knows I'm going to have to hack something at some point in the near future.
Oh my god, Jamar's not working on a project? What's wrong with you guys?
I mean, I can give you some projects if you want some projects.
Put them on the whiteboard by the workshop.
I still think Brockus needs the Tesla power armor from Fallout.
Oh
Saying.
God. I actually do remember that Jamar had a little bit of a checklist to do. Do you know what your next project is going to be, out of curiosity?
Fox, do we have a list for this?
I thought you did.
thought we did as well.
Yeah.
I cannot find one.
Uh-oh.
Not an
I'll dig it
up-to-date
up
one
somewhere.
anyway.
Like Brockus, I seriously want Brockus and Tesla armor, so he probably like at some point
Well, it's not
try
in there.
to
Upgrade the armor.
try to word it in a way that it doesn't confuse Jamar.
Yeah.
Because Krogan comes like, yeah, so I just want my power armor. I just want my armor to be able to electrocute people.
We have a crafting list. Nobody's added anything to it.
Oh.
Brockus is adding that to the list.
Is that in your own private channel, or did we link that in the other one? Oh shit. Well, there you go.
I said we literally have a list. I just don't have anything on the list. Which means my next project is upgrade the heck out of Wheatley.
Ah, yes. We have the technology. We can make him better. Or at least hope.
I have
Okay.
access to a Geth. We have a project.
Oh god.
Acknowledged.
Oh god. Alright. Alright, so you guys do load up, and I do have to ask who is driving and who's in the front seat.
Brockus is driving. Do you think anybody else is allowed to sit behind the driver's wheel?
Look, Vera has tried to ask before in the past, so that's why I ask.
I have driven one of our Makos before. I made it jump and land on top of a dude.
That's right.
But I will sit in the passenger seat in the front.
Okay. As it is a little bit of a tight fit for Omen, because he is taller than a Krogan, and it's made to help a Krogan, not so much a Juggernaut Geth. So you're gonna have to be crouched forward, Omen.
The compact cube.
Acknowledged.
Oh god, the compact cube. As you guys are loading up, you do get a call over the speaker from Athelia, actually, as you hear her say in a very weak, tired voice. She's just like, hey, just want to wish you guys good luck. Acelia told me what's going on. I think I just need a few more before I'll catch up with you guys. I just need the drugs and everything to wear off before I can join you guys, if that's all right.
Yeah, no, totally. Don't need you injured or drugged up before you head on out. We'll keep you updated on our position.
Perfect. I can still see you guys on my Omni tool, so wherever, if your guys' blip disappears or whatnot, at least I know your last known location and maybe you found it. But I'll have Acelia help me track you guys so I can catch up better.
Yep. Take the other Mako when you head out. No need to go by foot.
Are you trusting me with the dad van?
Look, it's safer than walking, isn't it? Just don't scratch it. That wood paneling's antique. I don't know if it's antique.
We did get it repaired, so I'll do my best not to scratch the new car. She kind of chuckles. Good luck, guys.
Yep. You get better and let us know when you're heading out. We'll keep you up to date.
Sounds good. See you guys soon.
He's gonna start the Mako up and begin to like slowly drive it out of the ship's bay and onto the like safely out of the colony itself before putting any sort of power into forward momentum.
Okay. And just like with the ship, there is a little bit of a pull from the wind and whatnot, but nothing too drastic to where like you feel like it's sucking you in or anything. It's almost like an extra windy day. You just have to kind of put both hands on the steering wheel kind of situation. As you do make your way northward, Vera, now that you are on planet side, there is a scanner on the Mako. Are you trying to use that to help navigate towards the coordinates that were given to you guys?
Absolutely.
Okay, go ahead and give me a roll. Again, there is some interference, so it will be made with disadvantage. Actually, you know what? Because you have the coordinates, sorry, it's going to be a straight roll. Sorry. That is true. You do have the coordinates.
Okay, straight roll, that will be a 22.
22? Okay. So you do see where you're supposed to go, and it looks like it's several miles from where you guys are, since you didn't want to be on top of it. Depending on how the winds fare and whatnot, since there is a little bit of resistance to kind of somewhat slow you guys down, just a little bit, you feel like it would probably take you about maybe an hour or two to get to your destination, unless you guys are trying to book it, depending on your pace.
I don't think Brockus is going to book it because we don't have a solid map of where we're going.
Okay.
And given the wind and like the unknown instability of the planet, he's going to drive at a safe pace.
Okay. Can I get a perception check from the people driving in the front seat? Or the two people in the front seat?
Guess Omen and I are riding in the rumble seat in the back, right?
Yeah, so the way the
I'm-
Mako
Oh, and
is...
Jamar too. How many, like,
Wow!
so does this have three rows of seats then, sort of like a,
Oh, it's
van
not-
structure?
It's not like a van, no. It's,
No.
think more of like a military car where there's seats along the sides and then one in the back.
That configuration.
So
okay.
you're both like,
Good
so you guys are like facing each other if you guys are across from each other, and then you have the one on the back. But there is room, because there is a very large cargo space in the back, kind of like the trunk, if you will, to actually carry a lot of stuff back there. So you have, kind of like a 3 parts of the square kind of lining the car, and they do have like the seat belts and whatnot for the hefty terrain and whatever, but and then you have the 2 in the front seat.
So in terms of the communication side of it, would there be still things that Riley would be monitoring in this, or no?
No, the only thing that
Alright.
you'd be able to do is, aside from looking outside the window, unless you're in the front seat, that's where the navigation system is. It's sophisticated, but there's not a lot on the panel up there, just to do certain things like do the jump thrusters, of course, help with the, like gyroscoping if you guys are rolling down a hill or something like that. Little things like that, but as far as like sophistication as like trying to scan an entire area, you would not be able to do that unless you have some sort of crazy mod on your Omni tool.
Yeah. All right.
I got a 14 for perception.
I got a 23.
Oh, nice. Omen, you were gonna say something.
Yeah, 2 things. So yeah, he's basically at this point folded up into in the back of the vehicle, if that makes any sense. You know, like the position that Geth are in when they're charging or recharging, should I say?
Look, I always think of Wally every time he goes to sleep.
A little bit, kind of like that. Yeah, he has this whole thing where it basically crouches and folds on itself a little bit. But yeah, that's positionally speaking how he is. Do you also want me rolling that perception thing, or considering the fact that I'm basically shut down at this point, maybe not?
I mean, you're looking like a little square box in the seat. You can't really... You don't have a really good view looking out the window, I would say, unless
No,
someone's
exactly.
picking up your box and showing you outside, like a cat.
Well, that's a massive wind deployed 12 foot tall. So I mean, it's not going anywhere really.
Yeah, so unfortunately, no, not in that form. But
Completely
if anyone
understandable.
else, yeah, but if anyone else wants to look, they definitely can. But yeah, for this, it would be just the front. So yeah, so we had. You said it was a 12 and a 23.
14 and a 23,
Oh, 14 and 23. Okay.
I think.
Perfect. Yeah. Gamer Tech IU, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. Yeah, so with that, aside from the storms, thankfully in this area, you don't see any other activity. You don't see any other mining facilities. You don't see anything that looks like maybe pirate activity. At one point you do see, Vera specifically, you do see like a ship flying overhead, but it looks like it looks very similar to a couple of the ships and vehicles that were at like one of the mining colonies. Whether it's for that one or something else, you're not entirely sure, but you're like, okay, that's probably nothing to be worried about. But you do notice with that navigation that it is having you... the storm is technically to your left. If you're going forward, you're kind of skirting the line of the storms. You have kind of that rocky wasteland to your right, and then the storms are to your left. You notice that as you get closer to your destination, it wants you to curve more into the storm side of the area.
So all of this information, as I receive it from the scanners or see it myself, I'm making sure that Brockus is also aware of it, since he's the one driving, so he needs to know these things.
Right.
So we need to go into the storm? Is that what I'm getting?
Oh, you're asking out of character? Yes.
Yeah. Do our sensors pick up what kind of storm this is?
It looks like it's the same, it's an energy storm is what you're getting. It's, you are getting that sense of dark energy, probably from the elemental zero being mined throughout here. But it looks like, as far as like the lightning strikes or what looks like these tornado funnels, they're very deep within here. So, unless you go really far in, you feel nervous, but confident that maybe you're not going to get hit by anything over there, depending on how deep it takes you.
Okay. Brockus is going to take the Mako on the safe side of the storm as much as he can before turning into the storm at like the last plausible moment. Pretty much giving us as much safe distance covered before we actually have to go into the storm to keep progressing towards the lab.
Okay. When you go further in, you do notice that, or when you're kind of getting a little bit closer, you do notice that the winds are kind of picking up a bit. Again, it's nothing to like drag you or anything, but it does make you nervous trying to kind of just stay on course. As again, the winds have picked up quite a bit here. I would say at this point, a good chunk of time has gone by to where you, Vera, you see that you are getting much closer to your destination, as I need just one more navigation roll from you, please. And I actually need an actual vehicle handling this time around.
I'm just sitting here like, man, Brockus must be doing good.
Nope.
I got a 21 on the navigation.
21.
That's going to be a 16 for driving.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, so again, it's kind of jostling you around, but you're able to straighten it up every so often when it kind of just jerks you. Everyone gets a little bit of whiplash, but thankfully you're all kind of buckled in, as the seatbelt's almost like an X in front of you, so it's not too terrible.
The flight harnesses.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, the flight harnesses. Because again, how many times have we tried to go up a mountain, kind of do the Skyrim thing where we're just like, fuck the road, we're gonna go up this way, and you roll backwards.
Single time.
And by roll, I mean like barrel roll backwards, not even like on the goddamn wheels.
Every
bonus points if you make
time.
bonus points if you make the Mako backflip.
Yep, exactly.
It's like you're tilting back. It's like I'm hitting the boosters.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dismountless style.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah. So, with the navigation though, you feel pretty confident, even with it glitching every so often. You do feel very confident that you are getting really close to the area, and thankfully, where it is not that deep within the storm at all. Still a little uncomfortable, as you guys can feel the heavy weight of the atmosphere. Not enough to where you have to like struggle to walk or anything. You just feel heavy as you now see what looks like a giant hole in the middle of this area. Just nothing around for miles that you can see. Just a giant hole in the ground.
Well
then.
Does it look? Can we even tell if it looks to be a natural formation or if it was maybe artificially made?
What I was about to ask, yeah, for sure.
It's a little hard to say. It kind of looks like it could have been drilled. There's not that much erosion from it though, like it does when you drill in. But at the same time, it looks like maybe like powerful lightning strike, perhaps, that could have caused a little bit of that erosion. A little hard to say.
how deep is this hole?
Are you getting out of the Mako?
No.
Are you getting close to the edge?
A safe distance.
Okay. With that safe distance, you can't really see the bottom. You can't really get close enough to see the bottom, really.
Jamar.
My thoughts exactly.
Indeed. What?
You want to send Wheatley out there, get a scan on this hole?
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, sure. Open the side door and pitch Wheatley out.
Okay.
Just out.
Are you walking out? No.
Omen looks at Wheatley getting chucked out. For a face that is completely emotionless. Sense of, I don't want to say kinship, but sense of like...
Good luck, brother.
Almost like, yeah, almost like, you know when
like
you're
a mock
saluting somebody
salute.
about to go on a suicide mission?
Oh, God.
I've-
Oh, God. Okay. I do need Wheatley to give me a strength check, please.
I believe in Wheatley, even if Wheatley doesn't believe in himself.
I believe in Wheatley.
That's a 14.
14? Okay. He's staying near you guys. The wind is kind of whipping him around a bit. But he is able to try and kind of whiz back over the hole as best as he can. And are you sending him into the hole?
He's going to keep going down until he gets information he wants.
Okay. You can see through his cam, right? Was that a thing? I felt like that was
Yep.
a thing.
On the Omni tool.
Okay. And I remember he does have a flashlight. Give me a second, because I need... Just in case you guys ask, there is a form of information that I need to... Oh, maybe not. Oh, God, do I not? Nope, there it is. Whee! Okay. If I were to do this... Okay. Okay. I'm just getting a general measurement for my own sanity's sake because I did not think this through. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So, you do send Wheatley in. Can I get a perception check from you since you are looking through its eyes? Or its camera, I should say.
14.
14. Okay. It is pretty dark down here. You can see, what little you can see is you can see the rock formation as it goes deeper into this hole. At this point, Wheatley has gone about... Why do I play a game that has to do with terms of measurement? I can't even say, like, oh, a couple inches properly. Braining my math real quick. Wheatley goes about 40-ish feet before something catches its attention. And actually, let me roll something. I need to see something. Yeah, okay. You see some movement in the shadows, but it's not a lot of detail, as you see something suddenly lurch itself towards Wheatley, and the feed is cut.
You've killed Wheatley.
Is this hole like where we're supposed to be at, or is it just a roadblock?
You can see very clearly from the coordinates that were given to you as it was added to the scanner on your Mako. This is where you need to be.
Well,
What happened?
Mark kind of taps his zombie tool a couple times. I lost the visual.
Omen somehow manages to look devastated despite being an emotionless robot.
Does the hole have any like road or anything like on the way down or anything?
It looks like it is just a deep hole. There seems to be nothing other than a rock formation and everything going down. There seems to be nothing to indicate that there are stairs or a ladder or anything to go down here.
As he looks over to Vera, I'm getting a really dumb idea.
I'm listening.
None of us have jump packs.
I've got
Can't
jump
fly
jets.
through here.
This unit is capable of flight.
We obviously this is where we need to be.
You're not thinking of... Are you thinking of...
As he kind of
I
smiles,
mean-
he's like, I mean, we've got boosters on this thing. We burn them at the right time and safe landing down below.
You're not entirely wrong. Although, we don't know what's at the bottom of the hole, do we?
No, we don't. Jamar, did you get a sense that the bottom of the hole is solid at least?
You were not able to see it at the time before the feed cut.
Yeah, I didn't see a bottom.
The only problem is how do we get back up afterwards?
I am also a little bit concerned that there might be like pools of acid or pools of magma or something at the bottom, which we'd be jumping right into. And although these Makos are admittedly quite versatile, I don't think they'd last very long in that.
No, they wouldn't.
But if it is a solid bottom, I'm on board with the plan.
Can I get a perception check from everyone?
How big is this hole?
The hole is... Oh, God, let me get my measuring stick out. The hole is about 35 feet across. The Mako technically can fit in it. Actually, no, it's a little more. Sorry, a little less than that. 25 feet. It's 25 feet. The Mako can fit in it. It would be a bit of a tight fit. Just a bit.
So Mimsy Prime would not be able to be, like, landed down here.
Oh, God, no.
For his perception, Brockus got an 18.
18? Okay.
7.
Ooh. Okay.
17. I was looking out the window intently.
Okay. Omen and Vera.
21.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Let me see what I rolled. And this is a...
Perception.
Yes. It's not the type of roll. It's give me a minute. Perception. That is a perception is off of wisdom, right? So that's a plus.
Yes.
So yeah, that's a flat 15 for me.
15? Okay. Everyone but poor Jamar. Jamar is probably just like trying to do some stuff on his Omni tool, trying to figure out like maybe what he saw in the feed. He's kind of like rewinding it and everything, trying to find details and figure stuff out. While you guys are talking, you all hear a very strange kind of clicking sound, kind of like a weird gurgle along with it. And Brockus and Vera, these sound eerily familiar. As you see on all fours starting to crawl out are several of those strange mouthless creatures with the 2 sets of eyes and the holes on top of their head. As you, thanks to the information that Arissa gave to you, you now have these creatures' names, the Neurorax. As you see several of them now crawling out of this pit. And even though they don't have mouths, they're still making those almost like a hissing gurgle as they have you in their sights.
Brockus is going to throw the Mako in reverse. He's going to look at Vera and he's just like, gun them all down.
Gladly.
Is that because we've got the machine guns and the cannon on top of the Mako? There's no reason to go outside.
Okay, I have to figure this out because I'm sorry. This is my opinion, so apologies to anyone I offend, but I really fucking hate the new system on Roll20 when I want to move you to a map.
Very true. I hate it too.
Frustrating, yes.
Select all. I have to hit select all. I don't want to select all. I just want to do the frickin'... No! There we go. Jeez Louise. As you can all see the map now.
Time to get to work.
Pay no mind to that little purple Asari in the corner. Actually, you know what? Just for my sanity's sake, in case I touch her, we're gonna go ahead and do that. There we go. She disparo. Okay, yeah, I see. I just crossed Wheatley out just to show he's out of the picture. You don't know if he's dead or not. He's just out of the picture. As you see several of these things crawling up, and you see them kind of some of them are trying to slowly analyze what's going on, while others are trying to run and almost encircle around you guys as you start to quickly back up before they can reach you. And as soon as you guys decide to just gun them down and do what you can to make sure that they do not come anywhere near you guys, that is where we're going to end the session, as it is getting pretty close to closing time anyway.
Cliffhanger right before the fight. No.
Well, I mean, this could take a little bit. I don't know. You guys
Yeah,
could do it really
understandable.
quick. It could take a little bit later. So, yeah, I'm just going to play it safe and say next time this is what you have to look forward to. So,
Yep.
So yeah, and then for the two of you who have not seen this creature before, this is what it looks like.
Yay.
Yay, that is a huge token. My god. I just did not expect it to be that big.
Extreme close up.
Alright, so do you want to see the close-up? Because that's how you see the close-up. As,
I'm trying to see the second set of eyes. Oops.
Oh, do you need me to do it again? There you go.
Well, no, they don't
There's
look
an
kind
upper-
of like I thought they would somehow. But
There's a back set and a front set.
Yeah.
yeah, I see. I was thinking, up, down. I wasn't thinking.
Oh.
I was thinking horizontal, not vertical. That's me.
Gotcha.
Nope, that's a Batarian problem, isn't it?
I was gonna say, but Terry beat me to it. But yes, thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. If you loved that, this is not the only show we have, as we have several running on this channel. Monday, we have our longest running show of Destiny Forge. We are on our 4th campaign that we started up not that long ago, run by Rojin. And then we have our Tuesday game, which is our Star Wars Tales of the Outer Rim, run by Tiltbot, which is picking up again this upcoming Tuesday, correct?
This is gonna be what the. Let me check the calendar here. I think so. Yes, this last
Okay.
Tuesday was not available because I was down 2 players. I believe the 15th, which is the next one. Yes, we should be picking up.
Okay.
We'll still be down 1 player, but we'll still be running despite that.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, we've had a lot of adulting to do. I think we had jury duty, someone had a wedding, then surgery. There's a lot of stuff kept coming up on Tuesdays. So yeah, so we have that show running every Tuesday, and then we have our 2 alternating shows on Thursday. We have this show of Mass Effect Horizons run by me of a Mass Effect 5e conversion game, and then the alternate Thursdays is run by Rojin. It's going to be our Tricorn Isles, which is I fucking love the group. It's just a mess, but it's like a weird, chaotic, somewhat organized mess. It's weird. We have our 2. We did have 2 alternating shows. I actually can't say that anymore because for the next probably year or so, the other show is not going to be there for at least the time. We have our Withered Waste, the Southern Frontier show, run by Rojin, which is this upcoming Saturday. And then that Saturday night, we have our Kids on Bikes, Kids with Capes kind of homebrew conversion of Vigilant 6, which is our superhero X-Men-like game, also run by Rojin, so prepare for that double whammy happening this weekend.
I apologize for none of the mental trauma.
I love mental trauma. I'm not gonna lie, I do love mental trauma.
we are here for it. We are here for it.
Yeah. Especially with the mental trauma that maybe potentially Cryptid's gonna go through because of burnt pizza now, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
How dare you guys?
That wasn't us!
The building is replaceable, but
Look,
the pizza.
It's
No.
gonna be hilarious because you guys got all your power upgrades. Speaking of which, those of you who hit the evolutionary flux, I still need to talk to you.
Oh shit, yeah.
But Crypt is gonna see the burnt pizza and he's just gonna evolve.
Makes sense.
Oh my god, what Pokemon is he this time? Cryptoid. And then yes, our alternating Saturday was originally our Pathfinder 2 Extinction Curse campaign run by Azrin. That game is temporarily on hiatus as we are shifting into a new show that's going to be happening roughly around mid-November, which is our Avatar The Last Airbender game. Since that tabletop game came out about a year ago now, I believe. Wow, that was zipped by quick. So we're going to try to start that up as soon as possible for you guys. And then we have our Behold Lore show, which I think we're still going to try to get in touch with the cast members of Wayward Wanderers, the Pathfinder 2 game, so we can kind of do a group interview of what they think of the show so far. So we will have to plan that in the near future. We were supposed to do that technically last weekend, but I know there was like a big storm coming, and a couple people who lived in that area were busy. I know Lival was there, so definitely want to wait until the whole crew is together for that. So keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, yeah, if you miss anything, we do post them up on our YouTube channel. Check them out. And oh, I almost forgot because we were talking about it earlier today. We do have a mini-series. We have 2 mini-series. One is running currently. One is going to be in the works here very, very, very soon. We have our Under the Mountain game, which is our Kids on Brooms, run by Sugar Love, it's our very first game that they are DMing. That is every other Friday. However, next Friday, you guys are going to Vegas?
I'm not going to Vegas.
Oh.
Cass is going to Vegas for the When We Were Young concert.
Ah, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
But a bunch of like scene kid and emo bands and stuff. So.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so we got that running. We've got about 2 or 3 more roughly of that lined up for you guys, and then we have one that's the best way for me to describe it. It's basically a D&D version of Bridgerton. So an air of class and sophistication, of somewhat a Victorian era-esque, where it's mostly heavy RP, kind of think Blades of the Dark, sort of, a little bit of Vampire the Masquerade, where it's more RP heavy than it is battle heavy. And if I remember correctly, it's more of a murder mystery whodunit kind of situation. I think that's what it was. I can't remember, but Malls is going to be running us through that. So once we get some information, that's going to start in the very near future, as that is going to be temporarily taking over the alternate Saturday slot, which would technically be next Saturday. Not saying that's when it's starting, but that's what it would be. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Sorry that was kind of prolonged and winded. I just completely forgot about that and wanted to add that real quick. So yeah, until then, we will see you guys next time for Mass Effect. Otherwise, get ready for the double whammy on Saturday. See you then, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.
Night.